By the looks of my watch, it's officially grave time. Today's episode, we are going to visit the grave of James Marshall, who accidentally discovered gold. Okay, well, this is Sutter'S Fort, located in Sacramento, California, formerly known as New Helvetia, Helvetia meaning Switzerland. It was started by John Sutter in 1839, got a grant from the Mexican government to purchase this land for agriculture and to colonize. This area was inhabited by Native American Indians, or as people would call them today, indigenous people. Construction on Sutter'S Fort began in 1841, and by 1843 it was opened. Now, without Sutter'S Fort, the Donner Party would never have been rescued, and most likely gold discovery never would have taken place. In 1845, John Sutter hired a carpenter by the name of James Marshall to help out at the fort. Right around this same time, Marshall was enlisted to fight in the Mexican War. In 1847, Marshall returned to Sutter'S Fort, where he met with John Sutter himself to begin the planning stages of a sawmill. Now we're in Coloma, California, which is 45 miles northeast of Sacramento. This is a state park, and people from all over the world come here to see where gold was discovered. Speaking of gold, this is the American River, and this is where John Sutter and James Marshall decided to build the sawmill, Sutter's Mill. In this very spot, during the construction on January 24th, 1848, is when James Marshall accidentally discovered gold. By the way, this is a replica of what the sawmill looked like that was placed on the American River. After James Marshall discovered the gold, he took it back to Sutter'S Fort in Sacramento to show John Sutter what he had found. James Marshall had strict orders not to reveal that there was gold in the location of his sawmill. Well, unfortunately, someone broke the news that there was gold discovered in Coloma, California, and by May of the following year, 1849, you had people from all over the world heading to California for gold. James Marshall lived not too far away from the sawmill. Due to all the craziness with the gold rush, people would invade his property, and he decided to leave and purchased a mine not too far away. Unfortunately, it was unsuccessful, and he was broke. So he headed back to Coloma and lived out the rest of his days there. He was an alcoholic, and in order to make money, he would sell his autograph to anyone who was interested. In 1884, when James Marshall had passed away, he was buried in Kesleyville. Today it's actually just called Kesley. Sometime during the 1890s, the Native Sons of the Golden West, which is a fraternal group for those people that came to California before it became a state, they established a monument in Coloma on the grounds of where he lived, and that is where they buried his body. So he is actually buried underneath the monument that is dedicated to James Marshall. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Grave Time. If you're ever in Northern California, please check out Sutter'S Fort State Park and Marshall Gold Discovery State Historical Park. Gosh, that's a long name. Anywho, thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Have a wonderful day. Bye.